welcome to another SEO shop. I'm so glad everybody's here today. Excuse me, today's topic is going to be part of a three-part series. So you can jump in anytime. You don't have to jump in for part one to know what's going on in part two and three. And you can always go to my YouTube channel, Right For You Content Creation, to find out more and to get the other two parts of this series. But I'm really excited to get the series because the SEO series is helping to build your SEO for your business. And it's going to be three parts. And today we're going to be talking about website content, keyword use, and how to use your keywords properly in your titles and subtitles. So let's get started. All right. So here, let me pull this over. All right, so today we're going to talk about how to build SEO content for your business. Now, this is not using any kind of scammy things or things that are going to charge you thousands of dollars or expensive software. This is how you can organically build your business from the ground up. And we're going to be talking about the basics today. And a lot of people are aware of these things, but they don't know how much it actually helps their SEO to do this. And I'd like to welcome Jen. Jen, welcome to my SEO shop.
Hi, am I the only one on?
Right now, yes. Would you like to introduce yourself and what you do in your business so we can promote your business as well?
Yeah, for sure. So I am Jen Boyd, and I am the creator of the Harmony Blueprint program, which helps professional women use feng shui to help them unblock the energy in their home and in their life so they can manifest their goals and live empowered lives.
And Jen does an amazing job because she helped me with my former home in Utah, my home office. And oh my gosh, as soon as she helped me redesign that according to the feng shui principles, it felt so much airier and lighter and energetic. And I started getting more clients and it was just amazing. So definitely check out so Jen, how can people find you on your Facebook group and on your website?
I'm trying to move this thing. I'm trying to reposition myself here. So I can take notes. So they can find me at, the best thing is really just to go to my YouTube channel. You can search Jen Boyd on YouTube and then they can really get to know me. And there's a lot of great resources there. All my videos, if they want to book a call or do a training, it's all right there in my YouTube channel.
Awesome. Great. And for those of you who are just tuning in, so Jen spells her last name B-O-Y-D. So it's Jen-B-O-Y-D. So definitely check out her YouTube channel. She has a lot of really great videos on there.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So let's find out how you can organically build your SEO without spending thousands of dollars on crazy software that's expensive and difficult to use. Because you probably have seen people are saying oh, you can this keyword software, this what. You don't have to buy all those expensive softwares to get really good SEO. You just have to know the basics and you have to be consistent. Those are the two really important things. And because there's so much information on SEO, people get really confused about what they should and shouldn't do. So we're going to start at level one. So no matter where you're at, even if you've been in business for several years, you definitely need to know what you need to review in order to get good SEO. So first is website. We're going to learn about website SEO, how to maximize your website content for better SEO to rank higher than your competition, how to use keywords and find them on Google's free keyword tool, which is an amazing keyword tool, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. And then other considerations for your website SEO. So 3 other simple ways that you can create content that are going to get more people to your website. Because that's what a lot of clients always ask me, how can I get more people to my website? And Jen, if you have questions at any time, just jump in with the questions.
Sounds good.
All right, so I have a content marketing specialist, and my company is Right For You. I help people with website content, email marketing, ghostwriting, book editing, and podcast production. So if you're somebody and you want to get ahead in your field and you want to be maybe above your competition on the Google search ranks, and I'm pretty sure almost everybody does, then I can definitely help you get there organically with content. And it does take time. It's not like you're going to write one blog post and you're going to be on the front page, but you can get there organically over time with consistent, really good SEO driven content. All right. So is your website working for you? So I get this question a lot from clients. How can I get more people to my website? Or nobody's visiting my website, or I'm not having any Google reviews, or I don't know where the Google My Business thing is. All right. So the first thing you need to know about websites is you have to have 300 words per page for Google to index that. Now, what does that mean? So each page of your website, your welcome page, your about page, your services page, have to have 300 words of content on it. So Google can actually take it and put it in their search engine. So one of the things I see people not do enough of is not have enough content on their website. And then they don't get ranked by Google. And then when you don't get ranked by Google, then people won't see you, or you'll be on the 5th or 6th page, and generally people will click on the links they see on the first page. So even if you're the 7th person down on the first page, you want to be on the first page. And then you want to have SEO keywords. And what does that mean? So SEO keywords are words that people are looking for. So for Jen, probably people will be looking for feng shui. Probably what other keywords, Jen, would you say that people would be looking for and probably come across your website?
Yeah, so like feng shui or feng shui home, feng shui tips.
Okay, awesome. So those are the things. So one of the things you want to think about is like, what are the keywords people are going to be using for when they're searching? So you have to think like you're the consumer searching for your website, and then write down those lists of words you think people will be using, because that's really important. And one of the biggest mistakes I see people make is they put like I call it the cutesy headlines, right? Like, I'm the most fun realtor in, Oregon. But people aren't searching for the most fun realtor in Oregon, right? Or like the friendliest, they might not be searching for the friendliest realtor in Oregon. What you need to put is like, like top farm realtor in McMinnville, Oregon. And that might be something someone is searching for. So you really have to make your headlines have those keywords in it. And that's one of the biggest mistakes I see people make. And also your sub headline. So it's called your H2. So your main headline, and then any headlines underneath that, you want them to have keywords in it so that when people are searching, Google's going to first search your headlines before it searches your content, and you want to have those keywords in there. So if you don't have keywords that people are going to be looking for you in your topic, your headline and your sub headlines, you need to get those in there.
So I have a question. Yeah. So I get the content on like the homepage or subsequent pages. How about like blogs?
Yes. So you want your blog title to definitely have keywords in it. So you want almost all of your blog titles to say feng shui in them. And then that way it's going to be tagged by Google as, hey, this is somebody with feng shui. And also if you consistently put feng shui in your blog titles, Google will recognize you as like, oh, if someone's searching for feng shui, I need to send them to Jen Boyd's website. So yeah.
So I guess that's the question is, are the blogs just as strong as the homepage?
Yes. Yep. And even more so a lot of times, especially if you're making consistent blogs, because every piece of content you produce is going to be indexed by Google. So your blogs also need to be at least 300 words each. And I see that's another mistake I see people make, is that they'll do their blogs like a 200-word blog. Well, Google, like, you put your time and effort into it, make sure you add these other 100 words. And the other thing you want to do too is make sure those keywords are also in your content. So don't just use feng shui like in your title and then not put it anywhere else in your content. You want to use it about 5 to 6 times, maybe more in your content, but you also want to make it that's readable. Like, we don't want to put like feng shui every other word, because then Google knows you're doing what's called keyword stuffing. And that's just adding your keywords in just for Google to pick it up. And Google will actually downrank you for doing that. But as long as you read it and it sounds pretty natural, and when you read it, it will sound a bit repetitive, but that's okay. As long as it's not you're not overstuffing your keywords, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So like I do like a YouTube video every week. And so like I have my tags in the description that's written for SEO for YouTube. So that's why I need to just start doing the blogs too, because it is already SEO'd.
Yep, exactly. All right, so keywords. So I'm going to show you a really cool tool that I found out about a couple years ago, and it's called Google Trends. And so what it does is, let me hop out of this this presentation real quick, and I can show you. Hold on one second. There we go. All right, so this is Google Trends. So you can find it at trends.google.com. So there's a few really cool things about Google Trends. One is that, one, it's free. So that's always nice. And not every free keyword tool is great, but this one is excellent. Another thing is that it also not only shows you the keywords, but what countries and places that it's popular in, and also the latest stories and insights. Of course, tropical cyclones, because of what just happened recently in Florida with all the hurricanes and Queen Elizabeth. And it will show you actually where those search terms are the most popular, which is a really great tool. And then it also shows you some other trending things. So if you have any type of content that's part of these trending things, you can look at these and see what people are searching for. But here's the real magic with Google Trends. So if we put in feng shui on the search bar, there's a couple of different things. One is you can change it to like worldwide in a different country. But since Jen, you're in the United States, we live in the United States, you can change the date on it up to like 5 years or 2004 to present. But I like to keep it at the past 12 months, just because with everything that's fluctuated with COVID, anything before 12 months is probably not going to be very relevant. And sometimes it will, and you can always look and compare. And then there's different categories. So you can, if you want to change the category, you can. And then there's an image search, a news search, a Google shop, and YouTube search. So you can do lots of different kinds of searches. So if you're looking specifically for your YouTube channel, Jen, you can click on, let's click on YouTube search and see what happens. And so one of the really cool things is not only does it, it'll tell you below, we'll get to it in a second, like where it's most popular, but also what times of the year it's trending the most. So you can see here that feng shui is trending the most, the end of January to the beginning of February. So you know that's going to be a big like time for you to get out there with your feng shui information. And also like maybe 2 months before that, because it always takes a while for Google to index your stuff. And I know you've been really doing good on putting consistent content out, Jen. So Google's probably already indexed a lot of your stuff. But this is a great way to know, like, hey, this is like the really hot time for my topic. And then the other great thing is down here, you can see where it's most popular. So Vermont, Hawaii, Idaho, I would have never thought Idaho for feng shui, but apparently it's pretty popular in Idaho. Maine, that makes sense. New Hampshire, that makes sense. And then it shows 42 subregions. And you can look over here on the map and it shows you like all the gray states, it's either not popular and there's no data on it, but here's Idaho and it's color coordinated. So the ones with the lighter color is actually has a lower search interest. But this is what's really interesting to me. And this is why I love Google Trends, because it puts out stuff that you would never like have any clue about. So California, which I would think would be at the top of the list for feng shui, is at 35 and Idaho is at 48. So for feng shui, targeting any ads, if you're doing like Google ads towards Idaho or like clearly Vermont and stuff, and you know, the higher ranking ones in Hawaii would get you better value for your marketing dollars, because those are the places that people in the past 12 months have been looking for feng shui.
Interesting. Okay, got it.
And then the other great thing is down here in the related queries, like here's a lot of topics people are looking for. So these are actually really great blog topics, because if people are looking for them all the time, like how can I, add feng shui to my bedroom layout? How can I feng shui my apartment? How, oh, I don't know what feng shui full movie is. That's interesting. What is feng shui? So like, that's basic. How can I feng shui my living room? So these are all these related queries are things people are looking for. So these are all excellent blog topics, because people are looking for them and that's what you want to write about. And then there's a lot of other different related topics here. And what's really great is that if you want to see like, oh, what are people looking for in apartments? You can click this and it does a breakout specifically for apartments. And you can see here actually so January was the big one for general, but for apartments, people are more looking for it like end of February, beginning of March. And I'm not specifically sure why that is. Maybe a lot of people are moving into apartments in spring, or they just moved into apartments over the holidays. But it's interesting because if you're writing a blog for apartments, you definitely want to put it out sometime end of February, because that's when the blog apartment topic is really peaking. And then here for blog apartments, it has a little bit of a different sub-region interest. So for apartments, District of Columbia is really high, which makes sense because housing is very expensive in District of Columbia. Texas, Nevada, Arizona, Florida. So you can see, like, if you're writing a blog for apartments or you want to advertise feng shui to people who are in apartments, these are the places I would definitely focus on, these top 5 to advertise to. And I'm assuming Arizona, because there's a lot of retirees living in Arizona, and maybe there's a lot of retirees living in apartments. And then you can, like, there's all of these ones, and here's bedroom as well again. So if you want to tap into, like, hey, when are people looking to feng shui their bedroom? You can see that's a big one in the beginning of the year in January, in February as well, and also in August. So if you wanted to really get the most effective SEO for your blog and you want to do it feng shuiing your bedroom, August would be really good, because we've already seen that, like, February is a really big time for apartments. So not only does it show you the keywords, but it shows you the time of the year that you could get the most out of your SEO if you're posting that blog during that time. And you can see here for bedrooms, Louisiana. See, there's another one. I have never guessed people from Louisiana are functioning.
You know what's interesting is I think I've got 2 or 3 clients in my Harmony Blueprint from New Orleans. Seriously.
Okay, so there you go. So this just, solidifies the people in Louisiana are looking for feng shui services like yours. So yeah, South Carolina, Georgia, so this is interesting. Like Connecticut, I would expect, because that's
I've never worked with anybody in Connecticut, but
and that's really interesting. So Connecticut and Vermont might be markets that you can open up to too. But like all of these 4 are the South, and I would not expect people from the deep South to be interested in feng shui, but clearly they are interested in feng shui for their bedroom. So that's another thing to consider. And then you can see the other ones too. So yeah, so this is really interesting. And so here's another one: bedroom paint colors, bedroom decor ideas. So you could even like sub niche it, because bedroom paint colors are so big, and you could write a blog article. You could do a whole series on feng shui in your bedroom and say, oh, here's some great feng shui bedroom paint colors, to paint your bedroom in the summer. Or here's some great feng shui bedroom decor ideas from 2022. And mini fridge for bedroom. That's so funny. I would never put a fridge in my bedroom. I have enough problems staying away from my fridge in the kitchen.
I had a client one time, they built a beautiful home in Newport Beach, California, and they had like a full bar in their bedroom.
No. Oh no.
Story.
So, yeah, that would be so bad, because I couldn't do that, because it would be too much of a temptation for me. I know. I am completely, like, when it comes to food and wine and alcohol, like, no, it's not going to happen, because it's just going to be not end up well for me for sure. So the other thing that's really cool that you can do on here is so if we wanted to do feng shui bedroom,
SHUI.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
And feng shui, living. Oh, you can actually compare the two. Now, hold on. It didn't. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So we can compare feng shui bedroom and living room to each other, and like how they compete over time. So here you can see on average, people are looking for bedroom, interestingly enough, bedroom feng shui more than living room feng shui. And then it'll show you here for bedroom feng shui, like what are the hot states for that people are looking for that in. Oh, in Oregon, that's really interesting. Oregon's in there. So
I have a new client that just joined a few weeks, I think like 3 weeks ago, from Oregon.
Oh, nice. I was gonna say McMinnville, in the town I live in, because it's an hour south of Portland, is a really, it's middle of wine country. So that would make sense that like in McMinnville or in like the West Oregon, you would get more clients, because the Western Oregon is open to more of like energetic work and things like that. So yeah, this is just a really great. And so here's some more the ideas, which would be great for you to write blogs on: feng shui definition, like what direction should I have my bed if I'm using feng shui? What is a feng shui crystal ball? Feng shui, here's another feng shui bed placement. So clearly feng shui bed placement are what people are looking for. And you can even do 2 different blogs. You can do the direction of the bed and then the placement of the bed as far as in context of like how you should place your bed in relation to other articles in the room, which is and so this is like really great because like if you have like I have a marketing day, so if you have a marketing day, you can like totally go down the rabbit hole with this, but just make sure you put a timer on because you could just like literally spend all day on this, which is really fun. But yeah, it definitely can be.
So how did you get to feng shui bedroom? Can you go back? Wait, how did you get to where?
Yeah. So what I did was up here, I hit the add comparison and
Right, no, I got that, but how did you get to this actual page?
so if you compare two things, it'll show you a different set of search terms based on your comparison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the single search is a little bit different than the comparison search.
Oh, you started feng shui bedroom just from a single search. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So yep. And then you can go back to like if you just want to remove one and just look at the other one, it'll go back to just looking for like here's feng shui bedroom and here's all the places that's really popular. So this is just like a really great tool. And here's another one: spirituality, prosperity, room divider, home goods, bathroom topic. And then you can even break it like how are people thinking about like feng shui for their bathroom? But I think this might be just general. Yeah, this is just general bathroom ideas. But you could even like use this for a blog, like, hey, here's some great feng shui bathroom ideas for 2022, or some great feng shui bathroom decor ideas, like, or have you thought about feng shui in your bathroom? And and add those decor ideas in there for feng shui. So there's a lot of really great ways you can go down the rabbit hole with that for sure. So Jen, do you have any other questions about the Google Trends?
Nope, that was great.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let me go back to the slideshow here. Okay, so, and that's all about the keywords. So Google Trends is really great because of all these reasons we just talked about. And the thing I love about it is not only does it give you the keywords, like there's a lot of expensive software out there that will give you keywords, but this one actually tells you when you should be using them. So that really maximizes your SEO, because if you're going to spend the time and the effort or the money, if you're hiring somebody to write you content, you want to get the maximum SEO for your effort, time, and money and your marketing dollars and get the most value out of it. So that's why I love Google Trends. It's because it also shows you like, hey, this is the time that is so popular. So the content marketing creation cycle that works really well, that helps, it's very basic and it's been around for a long time, but it's one of those tried and true things, is that creating copy, like make sure your website content has good SEO, make sure your blog has good SEO content on it. And then when you have your email, if you don't have an email list, definitely set one up. We're going to talk about that on another episode, on another SEO shop. We're going to talk about email marketing. But if you don't, definitely set one up. I always recommend ConvertKit because it's really easy to use, and it's very, you get a really great value for your marketing dollar on ConvertKit. But emailing people and letting them know, hey, I just created this blog on like feng shui, how to feng shui your bedroom, and constantly sending them back to your website from your email is always a great idea, because the more time people spend on your website, the better SEO you get. And another great idea to add SEO to your website is, Jen, I know you have a lot of really great videos on YouTube. If you embed those videos in your blogs, people will stay on your blog longer, or embed a welcome video on your front page. People will stay on your page longer watching the embedded videos. And if they're embedded, which means you take the code and you put your YouTube video right on your page, so people don't have to go to YouTube to see it. And it's fine if they do go to YouTube, but if you're trying to get them more to your website, you can embed that content, and maybe one video on your welcome page, but don't put a whole slurry on your welcome page for sure. But then people spend time on your welcome page watching that video. YouTube says, hey, this person's website is getting a lot of people staying on it for like more than 3 minutes, which doesn't sound like a long time, but definitely is that like the time mark for Google to recognize that your website has really good value content. And then it'll start sending more people to your website, because people are sitting there watching videos and they're spending more time on your website. The more time they spend on your website, the more SEO you get and the higher rank you are on Google. And then with the email marketing, a real basic thing is for promotion. You don't want to sell things every email, but every 4 to 6 emails, you want to educate, sell. That's the general rule of thumb. So every 4 to 6 emails, you can sell them something, one of your services or products. All right, so here's some 3 other simple components that I talked about at the beginning for your website SEO. So one thing you definitely want to make sure is that your Google My Business listing is up to date. A lot of people kind of disregard this, but then they're like, why aren't people coming to my website? And one thing you need is a Google My Business listing. And you don't have to be a brick and mortar storefront to have a Google business listing. You just, when you're filling that out, you have to show people or you have to tell Google that you are an at-home business and that you go to other people's places to offer your service. And then once you do.
Yeah, because I don't everything. I mean, I only do my online program at this point.
Yeah. But if you're setting up your Google My Business listing, you can always just say that because you do actually go out of your house to meet people at some point.
Not really.
Oh, you can still say that. But so that's the option if you're an at-home business. And it's really important to have a Google My Business listing because once you have a Google My Business listing, you can ask people for reviews. And then once you have reviews, you have social proof that shows other people who are looking at your services, like other people's experience with your service. And then another thing that Google's really pushing right now is Google My Business articles. And so one of the things I've been doing is using my blogs and shortening them up and putting them on as a Google My Business article because it's kind of like LinkedIn newsletters, but it's Google My Business. So you post the article, so you go on my Google. So once you have your Google My Business listing set up, you'll see where it says, I think it says articles, and then you click that, and then you fill out the article form. And then I actually have a whole podcast on that on the Digital Marketing Hot Seat talking about Google My Business and posting Google My Business articles. And it's really important to get more people to your website because if Google sees that you're posting articles, it will share that with people and it will put you higher at the top of the SEO ranking. And then that will bring you up even higher on the list. So all of these little things doing consistently really helps. And you don't have to post one every day. Even if you post it twice a month, like the first and third Tuesday, that's perfectly fine. It's just, you want to be consistent with it. Even if you post it once a month, it's better than not posting at all. And so it's really easy to go into your Google My Business listing account, click on the thing, maybe copy and paste your blog in there or edit it a little bit so it's not exactly the same content, and then post that. Make sure you have a picture with it or a video with it as well, because that picture or video is going to explain more of what you're doing. Or as we all know, people are drawn to pictures and videos. And so the other thing is,
so this is a new, I've never heard of Google My Business articles. So you're saying 1 to 2 times a month, and then how is it different from a blog?
Yeah, so it's different from a blog because it's on Google My Business. And so if you ever take down your Google My Business listing, it won't show anymore. So you definitely still want to do your, definitely still want to do your blog. Here, I'll show you on my business listing here. All right, so here is me. So if you have a business, it's called posts, sorry. So create posts is right here. So you would click on this, and then from here, you create your post, and then you can send it out. And once you post it, it goes on your Google My Business listing. So here are some of if my internet is going to work. I have some other posts on here that I could share if my internet was actually working. But, and the other way it's different too, is that your Google My Business, here it is. So this just goes under your Google My Business listing. So you have COVID-19 updates, you have an offer, what's new, events. So you can products, so you can put your different things under here, product name, select category, your price range. So you can post lots of different things on here. So this is more for advertising purposes and like telling people what's going on in your business, and also boosting your SEO as well from a Google My Business standpoint. Whereas if you're doing a blog, that's specifically on your website, that stays with you no matter what, because it is your website, and you don't have to worry about like it's because it is somebody else's platform. You always have to, they could take it down, which Google usually doesn't take down platforms unless it's something pretty egregious. So but right. Yeah, so that's the main difference.
Would that show up in like a search result? Like where do the articles actually show up then?
Yeah, so when people search for you and they see your Google My Business listing, all of your articles show up underneath your Google My Business listing.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. And then people can click on that, find out more about you, and then go from there. So with SEO development, of course, the more components you have, like if you have a website, that's great, but you want to add a blog, and then you want to, well, you first want to get your email list down and get that sent out, and then start adding a blog. And then, so the more components you have on your website and that you develop on like Google My Business and other places, the more your website's going to be found on different search engines without spending like an insane amount of money on all these different programs that tell you that, you know, they can get you keywords and other things like that. And if you want more information about digital marketing, I'm launching my season 2 of the Digital Marketing Hot Seat podcast. Is coming October 11th. And this season, my co-host Mark Thackeray won't be joining me, so it'll just be me, and I'll have 12 episodes, and I'll have some different business owners on and invite them on to have them ask me their digital marketing question. So Jen, do you have any more questions about website SEO while we're on the SEO shop today?
No, this was great. Some of it I already knew, but you definitely brought some things to light that I hadn't even thought of. And that was great. And even like that, I mean, it's not website, but you mentioned like the LinkedIn newsletter. I saw that option a couple of weeks ago. Would you mind just sharing like just a quick blurb on what that is or how effective that is?
Yeah. So I don't know that there's a lot of data out there yet on how effective it is, but the really cool thing about the LinkedIn newsletter is you can get on and schedule it. I don't know if you can schedule it. I think I know you have to natively post it, which means you have to go on LinkedIn to your personal account and post it. So I believe you can also post it if you have a business page on LinkedIn as well. You can publish it through your business page, but I like to publish all my stuff through my personal LinkedIn page. So I put that on my personal page, and right now I'm putting out 1 newsletter a week, and I just started a few weeks ago. So I haven't done it enough to see a lot of feedback. But one of the things I did notice is that I've gotten about 40 more viewers on my LinkedIn profile since I've been posting the LinkedIn newsletters. And you can just ask people, hey, would you like to subscribe to my newsletter? And they say yes, and it just automatically goes into their inbox. So it's kind of like email marketing on LinkedIn, where people get to see what you're doing. And one of the great things about the LinkedIn newsletter is that I can just use my blogs, which is what I'm doing, and just repurposing content. So I'm not making all new content for these LinkedIn newsletters. I'm just using my blogs that I have posted, my content, and just repurposing it on LinkedIn with different images.
Okay, got it. Because I was thinking I could do like 1 a month, and then I could just show like 4 different YouTube videos. Like, here's what we covered this month. So how do you actually get people to subscribe to that?
So I believe how it works is you have to message them and say like, hey, would you like to subscribe to my newsletter? And I believe there's also, when they see the newsletter, I believe there's also a subscribe button, but I haven't gone in there and played with it enough yet.
Got it.
But I've seen other people doing it, and it seems like it's a pretty effective way, because they do want your newsletter. So it's not like you're bugging them, and it's not like an ad, because like I see those ads and I'm like, oh my God, stop sending me ads. So yeah, so that's the LinkedIn newsletter thing. And then if you'd like to connect with me for any content marketing, you can that's my cell number. You can text me, you can visit me at writeforyou.me on my contact form, or you can email me, lynn@writeforyou.me.